Good morning, beautiful people. I hope you are having a wonderful day so far. Today, I want to get a little hoodoo voodoo on you guys. I want to talk about mindset, specifically the mindset needed to accomplish great things, to achieve your goal, and how we can actually achieve our goals, set good goals that are achievable with steps along the way, stuff like that. So first is setting goals. I'm sure everyone's heard of SMART goals, right? Specific, measurable, actionable, or achievable, depends on the definition. And then relevant and timely. So I honestly think that these are good, but the one thing that I don't like is a lot of times people will focus on the timeline too much, and they'll focus too much on the outcomes rather than the inputs. And this can lead you to a dark path if you don't hit your timeline. And a lot of people will go down this dark path if it seems like they're not going to hit their timelines. Deadlines, they can be useful, but they can also be detrimental. So myself, for example, at the beginning of the year, I set a bunch of goals to hit by August. And of course, it's almost the end of August now. And I didn't hit, well, any of them. Actually, I think I hit one. And that sucked. It sent me down a spiral. And that's because I was so focused on the outcomes and not the inputs. You want to focus on the things that you can control, which are your inputs. So if you have some sort of monetary goal of, I want to make X amount, I want to make 10K a month, right? What are the inputs that get you there? Because that's what you want to focus on. So if you have, like myself, for example, with my coaching business, there's different things that I need to do every single day that would actually get me to increase my revenue in my coaching business. Those are going to be my goals. My goal is to do that every day. That's the goal. Set the process goal. Don't be focused on your outcome. Set a process goal. So in regards to weight loss, right? You can set a goal of, I want to lose 30 pounds, right? That's not a good goal. Or a worse goal would be, I want to get in shape, or I want to lose weight. That's a shitty goal. You're probably not going to lose weight if that's your goal. You need to get, again, smart with it. So setting a timeline, setting it how it's more specifically, you can set a smart outcome goal, but then just make sure that you set process goals to achieve it. So maybe the goal is to lose 30 pounds and you want to do it in 6 months. That's a very doable timeline. And setting the process goal for that might be, okay, I'm going to go to the gym 3 days a week. I'm going to follow my meal plan. I'm only gonna have one off-plan meal, things like that. If you just set an outcome and you don't define the process, you're screwed. You have no idea how to get there, right? That's like saying, I wanna go to Maui. And someone was like, oh, well, are you gonna fly there? Or are you gonna go on a cruise? Are you gonna take a boat? How are you gonna get there? And you go, I don't know, I just wanna get to Maui. They'd be like, oh, well, that's not the best. So think about the process and the inputs, because you won't always be able to control the outputs. You can never control the outputs. The inputs are what you have full 100% control over. Sometimes, and the frustrating thing is, sometimes you can do all of the inputs correctly and the output just still won't match. So myself, for example, I want to win a bodybuilding show, but I could do, and there's a lot of different inputs that I need to do to win the show. I could do literally every input goal, essentially perfect, and still not win. But I would be so much more mentally there. I would just feel more mentally accomplished if I did achieve all the process goals, even without the outcome, because I know that I didn't leave anything on the table. If I know I left something on the table, that's where that eats at me. And that should eat at you too. If you have these processes set up to where the outcome is favorable, to where it's more likely to happen, that's cool. But there's always things, there's always there's always outside variables that can change things. And when I think about setting big goals, you want to have steps along the way. So maybe the goal, again, is to lose 30 pounds in, what did I say, 6 months? Yeah, to lose 30 pounds in 6 months. This is assuming that you're a heavy dude. And if that is your goal, then you want to have goals set up for, you want to have different goalposts. You want to have one for after the first month. You want to have one after the third month. So you can stack these wins. You want to have one after the first week. You want to stack these wins to keep yourself motivated, to keep yourself going. And because motivation is very tough. It's a feeling, right? It just comes and goes. It's not always going to be there for you. And you should never rely on motivation. But we can do things that boost our motivation, and normally wins boost your motivation. Normally people, it's funny how it works because it's really backwards. People will get more motivated after they've achieved something than they were before. And then on the flip side, people will get demotivated after they don't achieve something. And I'm guilty of this too, but it's just funny how that works, right? Because when you should be motivated by your failures, but 9 times out of 10 you fail and you go down the spiral of, oh, I'm awful, I can't do anything, I don't know what I'm doing with my life, and all that whole rabbit hole. But then you have a good month, you have a good week, and then you really feel good. You want to start ripping you have a good week of weight loss, and you really want to just stay on plan. And then, or on the flip side, you'll have a bad week. Maybe you weren't as adherent, or maybe you were adherent and the scale still didn't really do what you wanted. And you're like, oh, well, I might as well just fuck off and go eat a pizza because it doesn't matter anyways. And if you stack up these little wins, that can really help. And again, focusing on the processes is going to make this so much easier on your mental state. And if there's one thing that you can really take away from this video, that is it. Focus on the processes that will get you to your outcome more than the outcome, because the outcomes will come with time. That's the other thing, is if you have the mindset of the only way to fail is to give up, if you just know in your head that you will accomplish everything that you want to as long as you just keep going, and you just have that ruthless mentality of, I will accomplish everything I want to in life because I will simply never stop trying. And that's part of the reason why I don't necessarily like setting timelines, because a lot of people would give up on a goal after they don't hit it within a certain timeline. And a lot of people will not adjust timelines. Timelines are supposed to be adjusted, but a lot of people won't adjust their timelines, and then they'll end up giving up after they don't hit it. The only way to fail is to give up. If you don't hit it by some arbitrary timeline that you set, who cares? Just keep going. The most successful people in life are not just people who get things right the first time, right? That's just all you see, and that's all you think about is their success. You don't think about the hundreds, the thousands of failures that they had beforehand. And that's what you have to be okay with, messing up. You have to be okay knowing you're gonna suck at something when you first start, and just getting 1% better every day. Maybe you don't get 1% better every day. Maybe you get 0.5% better every day. But just incrementally challenging yourself and getting just a little bit better and doing hard shit. Life is hard. If you want to do great things, you have to do things that most people are not willing to do, right? Most people are average, and that's fine. If you want to be average, you can be average. I don't want to be average. I want to be better. I want to be the best version of myself I possibly can be. And in order to do that, I got to do things that other people are afraid to do. And if you are listening and watching and you want to do things that most people are not willing to do, it's going to take sacrifice. It's going to be hard. And no one's going to hold your hand, and people are probably going to try to hold you back. Because again, most people are average and they don't like to see other people doing better than them. So the people you surround yourself with is another huge part of accomplishing your goals. Don't surround yourself by people without any fucking ambition. If you are an ambitious person and you're surrounded by people who don't really want to do anything or don't care to do anything, that's going to rub off on you, and they're going to have negative impacts on you, right? You should surround yourself with people who believe in you more than you believe in yourself. And that, if you can find a group of people, even just one person who believes in you more than you believe in yourself, oh my God, hold on to them forever. Because most people are going to try to tear you down when you start doing better than them. And that's just the harsh reality of it. You're going to have to outgrow friends, and that sucks. It sucks having to outgrow friends. It sucks having to outgrow people and to cut people out of your life. But that's part of being a fucking adult, is you control your environment. Look at the last 10 texts, conversations that you had, right? What are you talking about? What are the problems that they have? Are they just complaining all the time? Is that because that's what's filling your head all day. It may be a little bit subconscious, but oh my God, this person, every time I text them, something's always wrong. That's taxing. I'm not saying to cut people out of your life if they are going through some shit, but you know what I'm talking about. The person who always has something that's wrong. There's never a good day in their life because something's wrong. Barbara at work was just awful. They slept wrong. They're stressed. They have no energy. There's always something. I know that you're thinking of one person that's like that. You don't need them in your life. And maybe they're your family too. And maybe that's even worse. That's even harder to cut off people in your family. Just cutting off toxic people in general sucks, because it's not like they were always toxic. I don't know, maybe they were. But having people in your life that really push you towards your goals is the easiest way to accomplish them. And surround yourself with people who are smarter than you, who are more successful than you, and take it as a challenge. Don't be intimidated by their success. Try to soak up as much knowledge as you can. Try to learn as much as you can from them, and try to be influenced by them in positive ways, right? If you are just surrounded by people that are constantly okay with mediocrity, then you're going to slowly become okay with mediocrity. Like I said, that's fine. People can be average. You can be average. I don't want to be. And if you're watching this, I hope that you don't want to be either. I hope that you strive for great things. And that is really all I've got for you. Strive for great things, do hard shit, focus on the process. Try not to obsess over the outcome. Yes, the outcome is important, but we don't control it. If you liked this, drop a comment, like, subscribe. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.